In December 1944, the Belgian town of Malmedy became a silent witness to terror. Families barricaded doors. Children huddled close. German patrols moved unseen. Every second counted. Every life was on a knife's edge. Allied intelligence intercepted reports of children trapped in Malmedy. Every detail mattered. Streets, houses, German patrols. Plans were drawn and memorized. One misstep could cost innocents their lives. Precision and courage were the only weapons they had. Malmedy slept uneasily. Footsteps echoed on icy cobblestones. Families whispered behind locked doors. German soldiers moved unseen. Every shadow could be an enemy. Every creak, a signal of danger. Silence became a weapon, fear a constant companion. Allied soldiers readied themselves for a mission that would defy odds. Weapons were checked, plans memorized. Every man knew the stakes. Children's lives depended on precision, courage, and shadows to guide them through a snow-covered battlefield. Under the cover of night, Allied forces moved silently toward Malmedy. Every footstep measured, every breath controlled. Ghosts in the snow, unseen yet aware, carrying the weight of lives yet untouched by the approaching horror. In the shadows, Allied scouts observed Malmedy's streets. Each house, each window became a potential prison for children. Every movement of German patrols was recorded, every detail cataloged. Silence was their ally, observation their weapon. Inside Malmedy, children huddled in basements and attics. Mothers whispered warnings. Every creak of floorboards was a reminder of danger. The innocence of youth collided with the calculated cruelty of war. Observation became a silent prayer. Allied commanders studied every map and report. Routes, patrol rotations, and exit points were memorized. Failure meant death. The stakes weighed heavily. Each life became a mission objective. Every calculation mattered. Precision was survival. Signals passed between units in whispers and hand signs. Every movement had meaning. Misinterpretation could be fatal. The children's lives depended on subtle gestures, quiet orders, and the unwavering focus of soldiers trained for invisibility in the snow. A distant German patrol approached the perimeter. Scouts froze. Every footstep echoed across the snow. Time slowed. Observation became instinct. One wrong move would ignite chaos. The fragile mission teetered on the edge of disaster. At 0200 hours, Allied units breached Malmedy's outer streets. No shots fired. No alarms triggered. Movement relied on memory, shadow, and restraint. The town became a maze, every corner hiding consequences beyond calculation. Scouts identified homes sheltering children. Chalk symbols appeared briefly, then vanished beneath gloves. No records remained. Only memory guided extraction. If captured, these markings would mean execution for soldiers and civilians alike. The first door opened without sound. Inside, fear replaced language. Children were not told to cry or scream. Silence was assumed. Every movement inside the house would determine whether the mission survived its first test. A floorboard creaked above. German voices passed outside. Time collapsed into seconds. Weapons stayed lowered. Fear demanded speed. Discipline demanded patience. One uncontrolled reaction would expose everyone inside the building. Extraction began immediately. Children were moved one by one. No questions, no explanations. Survival required obedience. The smallest sound could unravel the mission and erase every chance of escape. The crossing required timing, not speed. German patrols rotated unpredictably. Children were moved between shadows, never exposed. Every step forward risked detection. Retreat was no longer an option. The second location introduced variables. More children than expected. Limited time. Fewer exits. The margin for error narrowed. Decisions were made without discussion. Authority transferred to instinct. Boots stopped outside. Voices lingered. A rifle but struck a door 2 houses away. The pause felt intentional. Inside, breathing slowed. Survival depended on invisibility, not resistance. German patrols altered routes without warning. The original extraction path became compromised. Allied units adjusted instantly. New paths were chosen without maps. Training replaced planning. Each child carried increased the burden. Fatigue set in. Fear followed. Yet no soldier faltered. The mission had evolved beyond orders. It became personal, irreversible, and bound by unspoken resolve. German patrol density increased unexpectedly. Escape corridors collapsed one by one. Allied units adjusted spacing, shortened routes, and redistributed children. Every tactical margin narrowed. Precision replaced flexibility. Survival now depended on flawless execution under pressure. Cold slowed muscles. Fatigue clouded reaction time. Soldiers rotated burdens without words. No one complained. The children remained unaware of proximity to death. The human body strained under conditions training never fully prepared them for. The route demanded exposure. An open courtyard lay ahead. No cover. No delay possible. German patrols overlapped nearby. Movement required exact timing. A single silhouette could trigger gunfire and erase every life involved. A German sentry turned unexpectedly. Light swept across snow. Motion ceased instantly. Hearts accelerated. No cover remained. The difference between discovery and survival narrowed to the span of a single breath. Only after darkness return did movement resume. No relief followed. The risk persisted. Silence remained enforced. The mission advanced not through confidence, but through refusal to surrender momentum. The final extraction corridor emerged unexpectedly. Narrow, concealed, and unstable. It offered escape, but only once. Any delay would expose its existence. The decision to commit was immediate and irreversible. Behind them, German patrols noticed irregularities. Snow disturbed, doors ajar. The hunt began without certainty. Search patterns widened. The window for escape contracted rapidly. Inside the passage, movement slowed. Space restricted breathing. Children stirred. Soldiers adjusted grips, absorbing weight and fear. Sound discipline became critical. Even a whisper could echo beyond containment. German voices echoed nearby. Distance closed rapidly. The passage offered concealment, not protection. If discovered, no defensive formation was possible. Survival depended entirely on remaining unseen. The exit emerged faintly ahead. Cold air shifted. Freedom existed, but incomplete. German patrols still controlled the perimeter. Extraction was no longer theoretical. It was actively contested by time and proximity. The first soldiers emerged cautiously. Snow reflected moonlight, erasing concealment. Children were held tight. The extraction point offered no cover, only distance. The mission's most vulnerable moment had arrived without warning or mercy. German patrols converged from multiple directions. Movement patterns shifted. Search intensity increased. The Allied unit remained unseen, but no longer unnoticed. Probability narrowed rapidly. Detection was no longer hypothetical. It was statistically imminent. A narrow timing gap emerged. Seconds, not minutes. The order was silent but absolute. Movement resumed immediately. Delay equaled capture. Speed risked exposure. Discipline determined outcome. Gunfire erupted elsewhere. German attention shifted instantly. The sound redirected fate, whether coincidence or combat. The distraction created separation. The extraction gained space, measured in meters, paid for by unknown lives. The final boundary passed without recognition. No markers confirmed success. Only absence of pursuit remained. The children crossed unknowingly. The mission completed itself quietly, without ceremony, recorded only in memory and classified reports. No announcements followed. No photographs were taken. The mission remained undocumented publicly. Operational secrecy erased recognition. Success existed only in survival, not in headlines or medals. The children would never know how close death came. Records show nearby executions days later. Houses searched. Streets cleared. Absence saved them. Invisibility became their shield. After-action reports listed movements, not names. Children were not inventory. The operation faded into larger offensives. History absorbed it quietly, as war often does, without distinction between violence and mercy. Years passed. Survivors grew older. Some remembered whispers, coats, and silence. They never learned who carried them through darkness. Gratitude remained abstract, directed toward uniforms without faces. This mission did not change the war. It changed outcomes. Lives continued. Families endured. In war measured by territory and loss, this success existed quietly, counted not in ground taken, but in lives preserved.